Saturn in the 7th house needs someone who offers stability, security on a material level, as well as emotional. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara, and here we're discussing astrology, spirituality, psychology, 7th house, you know, our shadow self, law of attraction, manifestation. And this video is about the 7th house, a Saturn in natal chart. If you have this natal placement, then please watch this video. I'm gonna go over more psychological interpretation of this placement and see how it plays out in your relationships. So we'll start with the 7th house. 7th house is all about long-term partnerships, marriage, the people that we meet in our life, right? It's like first house is me and 7th house is other people. Also how we perceive other people that we meet. So in this case, right, Saturn is very restrictive. Saturn is disciplinarian. Saturn is the area of our life where we have fear. And having 7th house, Saturn is like you are terrified of being in relationships, of being with the wrong partner. And that's why you may choose to be alone. And these people usually meet their partner or get married later in life, either later in life or to an older person. But here's the kicker. Saturn represents a father figure, and usually these people had an unpleasant situation or, you know, rejection of their love from one of their parents, and it's usually a, you know, father, but it can be a mother, you know, who may be carrying qualities of Saturn, which is, you know, disciplinarian, restrictive, cold, detached. Saturn also traditionally rules Aquarius, right? You know, the image of one parent is being projected pretty much onto other people when you meet them. So if a parent did not give love or responded with love to you, then you will have this image of partners, you know, in love and business, you know, as if they're also cold. So you're pretty much projecting that image from your childhood. You got to be aware of this. Start working on it, because that fear comes internally. By you thinking these things and expecting people to restrict you, your self-expression, your creativity, you actually make this your reality. Because why? Because what you broadcast is what you attract. Like attracts like, dislike attracts dislike. You know what I mean? So you got to understand your fear. 7th house people, they usually become deeply scared and frightened from being involved and too deeply involved in relationships, because they're afraid of not being able to get themselves out. That's why they are trying to avoid relationships. So that's your shadow. So on the outside, it plays out as, you know, you're not taking action in love or like completely saying no to it. Because why? Because you're afraid, you're frightened of being intimate with other people. So the thing is that Saturn is Capricorn, right? It rules Capricorn. Saturn in the 7th house, relationships can be codependent, and this is something that Saturn person in the 7th house scared of. They're scared of deeply of being so attached to a point where they can't get themselves out. They know that they will get, you know, codependent. A lot of the times another person offers stability and security. That's how Saturn in the 7th thinks. But at the same time, that stability and security, especially if it's an older person you're meeting, they are going to restrict you, your self-expression. Okay, so you got to find this balance. And the thing is that all that fear is actually coming from inside, and that's your shadow, because 7th house does represent shadow. Your 7th house is your shadow. You are so afraid to be deeply involved because you're afraid of abandonment, being left, you know, if you are too attached. If you show love, but you do want love, you do want that commitment. And these people usually, they just, you know, get very hopeless. Because why? Saturn is depressive. It's like one of the malefic planets. It's one of the hardest planets in our charts. It's like I said, wherever it's placed, it's gonna make you fearful. So you're fearful unconsciously, being attached to the wrong people. That just takes away all of that fun and enjoyment and even meeting new people. So you're just closing yourself off from experiences just to protect yourself. You know what I mean? So that's where you need to start. So the partner that you need offers you that safety. And if you are familiar with my content and if you are aware of my belief system about, astrology, and the reason why I actually do astrology is because, it helped me to do my shadow work more easier, because I've been meditating for years and still not realizing what was, blocking me. By looking at my 7th house, I look at the entire chart because it helps me to gain more insight and, realization of where the subconscious tendencies are being more prevalent by looking at the, aspects, houses, and what exactly makes me feel the way I feel and have a certain perception of life. So you have this perception on your partners that, they either gotta, give me stability, reassurance in tomorrow, because that's Saturn, long-term stability, safety, okay, or else I'm not gonna deal with it. Okay, so that's what it is. I'm offering you to give yourself that safety on an emotional and financial level, instead of looking out for partners to meet that need, because you will find a partner who will meet your need. Trust me. How would you do that though? You will do that by giving that to yourself, because 7th house tells you what you want from another person, but in reality that's just unconscious thinking. In reality, that we need to get it from another person. But if you look at your subconscious, okay, and learn from your relationships and give yourself that need that you are expecting from another partner, trust me, you're aligning yourself, starting to broadcast that energy that you are ready, that you are already giving yourself that. When you're giving yourself what you are seeking from another person, you're already broadcasting that frequency, which aligns you with the right possibility, with the possibility that you're currently exuding, right? If you're exuding lack, you'll get lack. If you're exuding restriction, which is the 7th house, Saturn, you will get more of restriction. A law of attraction is not that positive thinking attracts more positive things, but I would say law of attraction is like what you're scared of is what you get, like deeply. And the fear may be masked by your logic, mind you, okay? Giving yourself that safety. Start feeling safe in your body today without waiting for another person. And guess what? Universe is like, they got that. They're already giving themselves that. Why wouldn't I give that to them? Because they're already living from that end. And if you know Neville Goddard is living from your end state is what creates your reality. Okay? So Saturn in the 7th, stop looking at relationships as it's, depressing. Stop isolating yourself. Actually push yourself out there, but don't be afraid to be abandoned. Don't be afraid to not get that security, because you're not going to expect that from other people. Why would you expect if you validate yourself, if you give yourself that safety and security, right? That's where the dating gets fun. So yeah, I really hope this helps, and definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on TikTok. Love ya.